The Bledisloe is locked away in the All Blacks cabinet for another year, but I thought, you know what? It's not fair. You know, we're obviously quite clearly too good at rugby. 21 years on the trot. I had to give my co-host, my counterpart, the Wallabies part of this podcast, of this duo, an opportunity to win some sort of competition. So we've come up with the Sports Booth Bledisloe. And what we're going to be doing is 3 different tasks to decide who's going to win a Bledisloe out of the sports booth. Hughesy, obviously, the Aussie part of this. Luke, obviously, myself, the New Zealander, who, you know, has won a lot over the past 21 years, but is looking for some more. So what we're starting off, as you can see, in our kitchens.
We are doing a bake-off, a Bledisloe Bake Off. And what other dish could we do but the Pavlova, a supposedly disputed dish, when in fact all real baking fans know the Pavlova is Australian in origin. And Luke said, oh, you know, it's New Zealand.
The Aussies seem to claim it, but it actually is, it originated with the New Zealanders, but the Aussies question that because they question anything good that comes from New Zealand just can't, apparently. So
I'd like to point out that the recipe here is set for this Pavlova says on the page Australian, as in subcategory of food, Australian, as in of Australian origin. So, you know, already chalk one up for the Aussies here. Now, the terms of this bake-off are that we have 2 hours to bake the Pavlova. Now, the Pavlova will then rest overnight, and then we'll have 15 minutes the next day to do decorating. So, without further ado, I'm going to set the 2-hour timer on my watch, and then away we go.
Alrighty, we're at it, and the time will begin. 2 hours. 2 hours to get this done.
3, 2, 1, and now we start. Okay, so first things first, let's set our oven on high.
We must start, I believe, with the egg whites. How about eggs? Eggs. 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 I need to separate the whites and the yolks while eggs are cold. I can do that. I can do that. What you're going to learn today, team, if you don't know me, is highly competent at some things. Oh, that one's stuck. Oh no. Oh no, it's good. I'm highly competent at some things and highly incompetent at a lot of other things.
Oven's clear. Now we need to separate some egg whites and egg yolks. I've never separated egg whites and egg yolks in my life, folks, so this will be an experience for the both of us. So, I know roughly what you need to do. I already pre-cracked this egg. A little advantage, you might say. Also, maybe not an advantage, because if I fuck the egg up, then that's really bad. But I've never done this before. So I know you've got to do some kind of pouring method. It's probably help if I had the thing I needed to catch the egg whites under the egg shells. Look, there we go. There's some white coming out. I know you need to do this like tipping method, where you tip. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. That's a fucking clean separation. I'll take that.
I'm a genius. I am a kid. Oh, a little bit of yolk ended up in there. I don't know if that's good or bad. That could be disastrous. That could have ended my cooking before it even began. Oh, this is a disaster. I thought I was doing so. I'm only a minute into the challenge, and I fucked it up. Oh no. Oh shit. Bother. Obviously I would be using a lot harder language there, but I'm an All Black supporter and we won today, so.
So I'm going to pour them into my stand mixer here. Get those all in there. And in fact, it's a good thing I've done this because I've just spotted a bit of eggshell that's gone in there, so I'm going to extract that now. Here's a pro tip for all you aspiring bakers out there. The easiest way to get eggshell out of your eggs is with more eggshell.
Oh no. Alright, there's a piece of eggshell that's gone in there, and what I'm thinking is, you know, just a little bit of crunchiness never hurt nobody. Now, what a lot of you are thinking is, Luke, this is actually an easy challenge. Pavs are easy. You just have all the machinery set up, bang bang boom ba da. I'm hand beating it all. Why? Because I don't have a machine beater. Does it matter? Probably. My girlfriend told me it did. But here we are. Wash the hands, and we're on to the next stage. I don't know what the next stage is. I probably needed a bigger bowl. But I need to beat him. I needed a bigger bowl. I fucking needed a bigger bowl. Oh, this is a disaster.
Again, we're gonna plan ahead here. So we know we need to get the cake tin. We know we're gonna need to get some baking paper. So let's get those out now. My cake tin's right at the top here, of course. Not think that through. Once again, I'm not short. I'm average height. I just have very tall cabinets. And we're gonna need some baking paper. Now, handy thing about this one is, bottom comes out. Something roughly circular. It says I was never very good at cutting stuff out, but I'll give it another go here. Circle, rough around the edges, just like the moldies. We're doing all right because we don't need to get this in the oven until 30 minutes in the cook, and we're only 10 minutes in, so we've got plenty of time before we need to be sort of getting this in the oven. But I just want to measure our progress. Still cold. That's all right. Well, patience is a virtue, so we're gonna have some patience.
I don't fucking see any. I'm dealing with liquid at the moment, so I don't know if I've done something wrong here. I think I need to go harder. Go hard in the paint like Shaq. Have you had any doubt about, like, if I was odds on, if I was a betting man, which I am, and I was going to tell you who to bet on right at this point, looking at what I'm doing right now, it's Hughesy or nothing. Like, there's no doubt about it. It's Hughesy or nothing. If Hughesy loses to me, if there is a doubt in my mind, if there is a doubt in anyone's mind, if a Hughesy loses to me at this challenge, Australia's never winning the Bledisloe. Let's just say that. If there was ever a time to cut to a part where Hughesy's cooking, Luke, this is it. And then you can just focus on what you need to do for the next half an hour, and then you'll be back on point.
All right, we're back. We're gonna whip the egg whites now. It says to do speed 7. We need to get these to be sift mix. So we'll wait for this now. We'll time them on this. It's part of the challenge, part of the Bake Off challenge, part of the challenge of being a Wallaby or an All Black is performing under pressure and adapting to difficult circumstances. That's what we're doing here. I feel just like Matt Giddo right now. Johnny Ills, George Gregan, Samu Karevi, Marika Karabetti. They're all great Wallaby greats. And it's getting sort of roughly to the meringue texture that, as an experienced Pavlova connoisseur, as all Australians are, given this is one of our national dishes and a dish of pride, because this is where it was invented, I know what a Pavlova is supposed to look like. There's a bit of it gathering around the sides. So, once again, adapting to adversity. Gentle encouragement to get in there. You know, much like Eddie Jones will be encouraging his forwards to get in amongst the ruck, create some turnovers, I'm encouraging this sugar to get in amongst these whites. Not a turnover, but still.
That you would think that. Oh, fucking, that's a lot of sugar. I'm just nervous with the amount of sugar I am using. Maybe I've got too much liquid as well. There's a lot of doubt, as you can tell, there's a lot of doubt creeping in. I'm not... thick and glossy. I just don't see thickness when I'm talking about this. This is what I eat on a Pav. This seems like a lot of sugar. This is a realisation of health as well, team. What's the worst that can happen? I like where I'm at now. I've recovered from that early scare of I can't do this to I can do this, it's just not going to be good. Ah, fuck. I'm not confident at all, team. Just keep... Fuck, I wish I had a machine for this. See, this is where the Aussies get an advantage in technology. That's what I want said. Man is here, fucking... Woo. Oh, I just about spilled half of that. Fuck. Look, I'm a grinder. No, I don't go on grinder. I am a grinder. I work hard, you know. I get paid the big bucks for this reason, because I work harder than anyone's out. Oh, my hand is giving away, and I can definitely not do this with my left hand. I'm a right-hand wanker, if you know what I mean. Good Lord have mercy on my soul. I wasn't nervous about the time frame. I'm now nervous about the time frame.
Alright, we're going to do a quick test here. So, recipe says if you take a bit and rub it between your fingers. Okay, still a faint bit of sugar grip there. So a little bit more beating, but almost there, folks. Look at that. Look at that. So it says to scoop about half of this out onto here. And then sort of encourage it to form a nice base. So we're going to do now with our little spready doodad. Now folks, I want it known I'm not a baker by any means, not even an amateur baker. I'm more of a chef or a cook. Chef is probably a generous term. So I have no clue what I'm doing with any of this. Much like Luke doesn't have a clue what he's doing just in general, you know, not even with baking, but just, or a podcast or anything, just in general, doesn't really have a clue what he's doing. Sort of meanders through life like a lost little, I don't even know, wouldn't even know what to call him without insulting someone else. I said before, I'm not a baker. I'm also not an artist by any means. I was the only kid in year 8 to fail the drawing exam. So this is roughly circular now. I'm going to take that win. Now the rest of it, it says to sort of make a sort of dome. So obviously a key component of meringue is cream on top, nice fruits, and that will be happening, but that will be happening tomorrow in our decoration time. However, while this is in the oven, I am going to utilize that time to prepare my decorations, because preparation is key, folks. Much like in rugby, baking is a lot like rugby in that way, in that preparation is key. You've got to have patience, and New Zealand claims Australian adventures for their own. Into the oven and then down to 100 degrees centigrade fan force. Now this oven isn't quite up to temperature yet because the lock button was pressed, so it wasn't heating. So we need to wait for it. It's better to let it to get up to temperature now and then lower it, because that'll create the initial crispiness on the outside. So we're gonna have to forfeit some overall baking time in order to get that crispiness on the outside that we really want, that's iconic from a Pavlova. So,
if you've ever thought like you've had a good idea in life, you're like, oh, this will be really fun, and it just doesn't come to fruition, this is where I am right now. It's 11:30, I have silly Sunday tomorrow, we're going to dress up like a woman, and I'm baking a fucking Pavlova, whisking away like I'm a fucking cat or something. Oh god. There is sugar grip. Okay, we need to get to work, son. People who don't believe in me, they're going to see that this is my time. My time is now. Hey, fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. Pass me a damn bucket. I don't even know if I've got the right tools. Oh, what time are we at? Please tell me we're not close to. Fuck, we've got an hour and 42 minutes and needs to cook for an hour and a half. So we're at now corn flour and vinegar. Do we need more white vinegar? Like that doesn't seem like a lot. Hey, trust the process. Oh, I'm not trusting this process. It was said I only have to do this for 6 to 7 seconds and it's still looking very liquidy. I am nervous, guys. I think I fucked it. This is not how it's meant to look. I would like to know where I've gone wrong, but I don't think I'm going to find out. Shit. I don't know if I've done what I've done right, but we're going to give it an opportunity. It's in there now. I have a funny feeling it's failed, but I have a backup plan. Always got to think ahead. Alright. Welcome back to the show. I have the forearm of Popeye. So what I've done, I've gone away I've doubled up. I brought two of every ingredient because I knew this might happen, that this might occur where I need to do something again. The time has not changed, but the second one has gone in and we have an hour and 22 minutes left. So yeah, that's where we're at. The Pavs are in the oven for Team New Zealand.
Alright, so now we need to pop this in the oven and gently close the door and then lower the temperature right down and then not peak. Okay, down to 100 degrees centigrade, according to the recipe, 100% degrees fan force. Now we just got to leave it bake. So we put it in with 1 hour 24 to go. So we missed 6 minutes on the ideal time I wanted to get in there. So it's going to bake for 6 minutes less than what I wanted, but it was more important to get it up to that internal temperature in the oven. Alrighty, so we've got roughly 45 minutes left. The Pav is in, looking... So what we're going to do now, we've got 15 minutes tomorrow to do decorating. Now, in that time, I've got to make the cream. I'm not going to make the cream now because I don't want it to sit overnight, lose some of its lightness and fluffiness. I want to do that tomorrow. So to get ahead of that, tomorrow I'm going to be decorating with some strawberries, with some raspberries, with some blueberries, and with some wonderful kiwi fruits. Now, I know you might think that's strange. Alex, why are you decorating your Australian pavlova with kiwi fruit? Surely that's going to prove Luke right that it's a New Zealand dish. Not so, my friend. First of all, kiwi fruits were originally known as Chinese gooseberries and were actually first discovered in 12th century China by the Song dynasty. So they're actually a Chinese fruit, not a New Zealand fruit. Secondly, I have here a golden kiwi fruit and a green kiwi fruit. Green and gold, wallabies colours. So it's going to be a very Australian looking pavlova indeed. First step is wash the strawberries because these strawberries are from Queensland. You don't want to get any germs that those Queenslanders have, otherwise you're going to grow out a rat tail and be going to Warner Brothers Movie World every weekend. And we don't want that. You definitely don't want that. You definitely don't want to be like a Queenslander, let me tell you that much. Nice, he's using my Japanese Damashiro steel knife, only taken out on very special occasions. I've only used it one time before this year, and that was cooking a dinner for a very special person. The power of this knife, my friends, power of this knife is that it got me a life partner. I prepared the meal so well using this knife that 6 months later, I'm now living with a beautiful, wonderful girlfriend, all thanks to the power of this Damashiro steel knife. That's how powerful it is. That's the level of commitment I'm going for with this pavlova here. That's what I'm doing with this preparation here. I'm no holds bar, right? And look, that chump Luke is probably just kicking back some weak New Zealand beer in his hand while he's waiting for his pavlova to bake. Not even getting started on decorations, not even thinking about decorations, right? I had to bring up the topic of decorations to him. He had no thought in his mind about decoration. He was just going to slap it in the oven and then forget about it.
Alrighty, we are back. We are coming up to time. Let me bring up the clock. We are at 3 minutes and 43 seconds left. So I'm going to bring out the two fantastic. Look here. Oh, the first one's a disaster. But hey, you know. Now we've got two pavlovas. The second one looks delicious, I must say. I don't think I meant to bring them out. What am I doing? Maybe I should read the instructions. I should definitely read the instructions. Instructions are getting read. Okay, where are we? Hold on. Hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right. 2 minutes left, but it's turned off now. Second one's definitely looking a lot better. It was a lot easier to do and not talk at the same time and know what mistakes I had made. I think I used too much sugar that first time because I had no idea what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if it's going to look good. I don't know how it's going to compare to Hughesy, but it's done now.
I think we can comfortably say, before my pavlova's even baked, that I've won this challenge. I do not think that fluff of a back, it's not even a forward, he doesn't even play in the forwards. That fluff of a back will be able to come up with anything near what I am achieving with my pav, right? You know, as if backs know how to bake or cook or whatever. Like, as a forward, you've got to put on some size. You've got to know how to make decent food to keep yourself sustained throughout a game, right? The back, you just fluff around there, barely doing anything, barely get your hands in the ball. That's the things about backs, they don't get their hands dirty. Unlike us forwards, we learn how to use our hands properly. So tomorrow, folks, we're gonna layer these kiwi fruits up with these strawberries, some raspberries, some blueberries, on top of some cream, on top of the pavlova. All right, so we're here, 2 hours done on the timer. We now turn it off the oven, and now we leave it overnight. We'll crack it open tomorrow morning, see what it's like. Undoubtedly better than Luke's. All right, everyone, it's the next day. We're gonna get the pavlova out of the oven in a second, but we've said, Luke and I said 15 minutes for decorating. So we're gonna make the cream, take it out, top it with the cream and the fruits in that time. So I'm gonna start off by making the cream, and I'm gonna start the timer, start making the cream, and then I'll get the pav out of the oven. So 3, 2, 1, here we go. Okay, ingredients to the cream. Where's the cream? So we need for the cream 1.5 cups of thickened cream.
Alrighty, welcome back to the next day in the New Zealand household, the All Blacks household. What we have to do is we've got 15 minutes on the clock now to decorate our beautiful pavs. I say pavs, multiple pavs, because I made 2 pavs because I probably screwed up one. Alright, 15 minutes started. So I've got to do the cream actually. So this is what I'm doing right now. Bit of vanilla. Some whipped cream and some sugar. Mix that all together. I think this is a disaster.
Brilliant, done. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract or essence. Let's grab out the pavlova now. And wow, look at that. I'm really pleased with how that's turned out. You hear the little sort of hollow there? Tastes like victory. And then similar to how we did our pav yesterday, I just want to sort of get it all around here, almost like you're not all the way down the sides. You want a nice sort of collar of meringue there, because that's traditional pavlova thing. Now, some pavlovas, they do the cream down the sides and they stick the fruit on the sides. That's not what I'm after today. I'm after a crown of fruit and cream and a collar of nice stiff pav. Gentle circles, light pressure, like spelling like you're tonguing out the alphabet. I'm actually really happy with that. I am quite chuffed at this. Maybe I am a baker after all, guys. Maybe this is the start of a calling, start of something new that I didn't know I was good at. I mean, I knew I would be better than Luke, but I didn't know how good I would be.
You forget I have the secret weapon.
What's your secret weapon?
I'm good looking, and you love me, and so you have to rate me highly.
I'm a fair judge.
So like, just out of 10, how would you rate me as like a boyfriend?
10.
Excellent. Now I can cut that up so that you've said 10, and now I can ask you after I've done the haha. Think harder. No, yeah, think harder, think smarter, not harder. Kings. Don't let these queens try and judge you. Okay, it is fruit time. It's fruit time. Oh, I don't know how they put kiwi fruit on Pav. That was a real side-eye look you just gave me there, Jim. I'm going to do how I want to do it. It's my decision, team. No one else's. Ain't anyone else's Pavs, it's my Pavs. Oh, this was not a good way to do it. I don't think I've used the true value of this kiwi fruit. Sometimes in life, you know, you're standing there, 29-year-old male, just about 9 o'clock at night, in your Crocs, wondering what the fuck have you done to be here. Voila. Voila. Guys, I'm not a baker. I want that stated clearly. I've tried. I've given it a really good shot. There's no doubt about that. Have we come up short? Yeah, probably. If I lose to Husey, if I beat Husey after all of this, incredible. Absolutely incredible. You know, I just think sometimes, as an Australian, he needs it. He needs a win because they haven't had one yet under Eddie's rule. So maybe I'm just a good guy, a really good guy, for giving him this win. Or maybe I just suck at baking. One or the other, I'll let you decide. You don't have to decide too hard. I suck at baking. Maybe it's both. Why not both?
Now let's fang on a few raspberries and blueberries. Now the blueberries are really key here. I think this blue colour really adds an element to the pavlova that you don't get with just the green, gold and red. I think you need the contrast of the blueberries in there. And you know what? I'm actually going to stop there. I haven't used my whole 50 minutes. I've got 4 minutes 52 left. As you can see on the watch. I don't know if you can see on the watch, but I'm going to call it there. That's my pavlova done. Next thing we're going to see is the judging. That's going to come a little bit later on. But for now, this is my submission in the Bledisloe Bake Off Husey's Pav.
Okay. Final product team is now up for show. Are you ready to see the greatest looking patch? Okay, first attempt. So first attempt, struggled. Obviously you all saw that struggle, it happened. Second attempt, look at that. That looks a bit more glorious. Yeah, okay, I know the sauce. Maybe we went too hard on the sauce there. Or the cream, should I say. It's not a sauce, but it looks like a sauce. Maybe I didn't use enough. Maybe I used too much cream. Who knows? Hiding my...
You can put them on a plate.
I'll put them on a plate.
Then you can cut me a slice and put it on a plate.
You want a slice on a plate?
Yeah.
How big?
Just like a taste tester.
Like if I was delivering this to Gordon Ramsay.
Is that how I eat it? This is what I've been served up.
Voila! It's not the looks. I'm not a
I was
looker.
going to say first impression based on looks, not so good.
But I'm a personality type guy.
Okay, I'm going to try them all individually. So,
She goes with the cream first.
it was very sweet. I did hear you say, oh, that was too much vanilla. Oh, it's just full of sugar. I just crunched on the sugar granules. Can you hear me? The crunches?
No, I can't eat. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Kiwi fruit.
Okay, well I didn't do anything with the kiwi fruit.
Delish. Pavlova. I mean, it's not terrible. A little bit floury.
Yep. But like, because that's why I sweetened up the cream, because I thought the pav was going to be a bit floury, so that's why I went with the sweetness.
It's like meringue on the bottom, it's like pav on the bottom, and then it's like thick on the top. Good cream though.
Good cream? Okay, well let's have a try of the first one, just in case somehow the first one was better than the second one.
Ooh, pav's very crunchy. Is this the first one you made?
Yeah. No good? What does it taste like?
It's, oh, no. It doesn't taste good.
What?
It's like chewy, but like not in a good way. Very sweet. Kind of burnt, which it is. It tastes burnt.
I see. Well, lucky I made a second one, eh? So,
Yeah.
the bake obviously finished of this is what out of 10 are we looking at?
Okay. Well, I'll give it an A for effort.
Okay. That's not what we're here for though.
Presentation.
We're not here for presentation either. I just need to score out of 10 of taste more than anything else.
Of tastes, I'll give it a 4.
Oh, fuck.
Being generous.
How could this have gone so wrong?
fruit's really nice. But I can't eat anymore.
Okay, well, I'm going to try it, eh?
You try it.
Now,
What do you
I love Pav. So. That is not good.
Was my 4 generous?
That was the first one.
No, that was the second one.
No, yeah, but so that was the first one I cooked though. What are you giving it a 4?
Oh, the whole thing.
What? No, I just need to know that one.
Oh, yeah, 4.
That's like a -7. Jesus Christ. That was bad. Well, I'm glad I made a second
I feel
one.
like I needed to taste like a proper Pav to compare them. It's not terrible, but the cream's just so sweet.
I think you got a bad batch of cream.
Whose fault was that? Oh.
Yeah, no. The 4's generous.
Okay. Alright, so we've cut the Pavlova. Looks great. Now we've got the taste test here from Paulina. So Paulina's going to taste it and judge it.
It's very nice and fluffy.
Really nice and fluffy.
It's actually really nice.
There you go. Really
Nice and crispy outside.
How's the inside?
It's really nice. It's creamy.
Okay, out of 10, what would you rate it out of 10?
10.
Perfect. There you go. You heard it here. 12. There you go. 12 out of 10.
Maybe stick to your day job.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty bad.
2.5 hours wasted. Fuck my life.
Nice. Good work there.
I'm so disappointed with myself. I can already say I haven't finished editing this and I'm going to tell you it's 1-0 to Husey. So, as a New Zealander, I come back better and stronger. Up the All Blacks. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining to the Sports Booth. Make sure you subscribe. All that good stuff. And if I ever offer to cook you a Pav, say fucking no.